Okay, let's get into it. We're going to unpack a pretty specialized world today, professional audio-video infrastructure.
You can get very complex very fast.
Right. And our mission for this deep dive is to look at how these huge AV systems think, control rooms, stadiums, that sort of thing, manage the just chaotic mess of different video signals they get.
We're going to focus on one specific component that's really designed to bring some order to that chaos.
So who are the key players here?
We're looking at solutions from HDTV Supply. They've been in the game for about 25 years now, global provider. They're known for these modular matrix switchers and AV over IP solutions.
Okay.
And they work really closely with a company called tvONE. The piece of hardware we're digging into is a core part of tvONE's Choreo Matrix series.
Got it. So what is this specific item we're dissecting?
It's the tvONE CM-DVI-I-XSC-2OUT. The two-port output module, and it just slides right into the main Choreo Matrix chassis.
So its job is basically to take the video feed and send it out to a screen.
Exactly. It's the last step before the signal hits a display or a projector.
Now, this is where I think it gets really fascinating. The key feature, this DVI-I port. One of our sources had a brilliant description for it.
Oh, the universal travel adapter analogy.
Yes, the universal travel adapter for video signals. For anyone listening who has had to manage a mix of old and new equipment, that's a huge aha moment.
It really is. I mean, think about the logistical nightmare this solves. You've got some displays that need VGA, some that need DVI, others need HDMI.
A total mess of converters and cables.
Right. And this one module with that DVI-I port can talk to devices that use 5 different standards: HDMI, DVI, VGA, RGB, and even YUV component signals.
Okay, but hold on. DVI-I is kind of older tech, isn't it? By using it for universality, are you losing something like resolution? Because trying to merge analog signals like VGA with digital like HDMI, that sounds like an engineering headache.
That's a great question, and it's where the smart part of the design comes in. The I in DVI-I stands for integrated, so the port itself is physically wired to carry both digital and analog signals. But the real heavy lifting, the actual normalization of the signal, is done by a scaler that's built right into the module.
So the scaler isn't just about changing the picture size to fit a screen.
Not at all. In this
Right.
case, that scaler is the intelligence that bridges the analog-digital divide. It handles things like color space, timing, signal impedance. All the crucial stuff needed to make those 5 different outputs look clean and consistent.
So you don't need a rack full of expensive external converter boxes.
Precisely. It prevents all that.
And what kind of quality are we talking about? What's the max output from this thing?
You're getting up to 1080p or 1920 by 1200, which you'll often hear called WXGA.
Right, the wider 16.10 format, still very common in pro environments.
So high-definition output, perfectly standardized no matter what kind of signal you started with.
This kind of built-in complexity, handled by one component, has to feed directly into the business side of things. Procurement, cost savings.
Exactly. So for you, if you're researching this, the CM-DVI-I-XSC-2OUT module is priced at $2,080, and it's eligible for free shipping.
And it's also TAA compliant, which is important.
Very important for any government or federal contracts, yes.
Uh,
And HDTV Supply has a lot of support, like their knowledge base and a helpline, 833 Wolfpack.
And it's good to remember this isn't a standalone product. It's part of a whole modular ecosystem.
Yes, and that's clear when you look at the other options. For instance, there's a slightly different universal module, the CM-DVI-I-XSC-2OUT, for $2,155.
And if you're in broadcast,
Then you'd look at something like the CM3G-SDI-XSC-2OUT. It handles broadcast-specific SDI signals, and that one comes in at $2,610. It just shows how they match the solution to the problem.
so the big takeaway here seems to be that modularity and these universal ports are the antidote to, well, information overload when you're designing these systems.
It is. They've centralized the management of 5 different signals into one smart output. It removes a massive technical hurdle.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you to consider.
Right. If a single module can do this, if it can standardize 5 different video signals and bridge that really tough analog to digital gap, what's the next big frontier for AV standardization? And what signal, what protocol is going to be the hardest to integrate next?
You have to think about all the compressed IP streams versus raw video.
Exactly. That's the new puzzle.